Hey YouTube shooting people, I want to do a little video that might be a little controversial. It's not meant to be controversial, but it'll stir people up because you'll see why in a second. Lots of people have PM'd me, oh, what should I get? What do I need to do? Lots of equipment questions. And the biggest question is what pistol would you recommend? Well, that's a really personal decision. What I would recommend that you do, and it's very important to find a gun. So a lot of people will say, pick a gun and stick with it. There's a lot to that. In other words, you got to be careful of the man that owns one gun and knows how to use it, or the woman that owns one gun and knows how to use it, okay? But it's not just that simple in my mind, or my experience has told me. In my case, what I did is I bought a bunch of guns and tried them. The ones I didn't like, I sold. You can do it much more economically. You can team up with your friends, go to a range that rents guns, and try as many as possible. Find the one that fits you the best, you feel the most comfortable with in terms of its operation, right? And will also be suitable for the division you wish to shoot in. If you want to shoot in CDP because you're a 1911 fanatic, I'm a 1911 fanatic, you're going to be using a 1911. There are other CDP options like the Glock 21. You'd load it 8+1. It's a 45 ACP. You can shoot that in CDP. You can shoot the M&P 45 in CDP. I think those kind of, in my opinion, and this will be controversial, I kind of think there should be a separate single stack or a separate 1911 category for IDPA. I'm talking IDPA, okay? Well, you can go to publications. I like this one, Tactical Journal. It's a publication from the from International Defensive Pistol Association. It's a pretty badass journal. It's quarterly. I really like it. Here you can see there's the IDP 2012 National Championship Equipment Survey. So they have everything in here from pistols to holsters, bullets, powder, eye protection, ear protection, you name it. But we're just going to go through pistols today. All right, so if you look at this list of equipment used, this is a pistol competition. You got Beretta, Caspian, Colt, Cylinder and Slide, CZ, Dan Wesson, Fusion, Glock, H&K, Kimber, Les Baer, Nighthawk Custom, Nolan, Power Ordnance, Predator Tactical, Remington, Ruger, Sig Sauer, Simeon Tactical, Smith & Wesson, Springfield Army, STI, SVI, Tankfolio, and Wilson Combat represented. Pretty wide group of manufacturers. Total number of pistols or people that at least entered the survey. I don't know how many shot in the match, but there was 315 or so people responded to this survey. Let me see if I took, 315 people. I'm going to go through the biggies. So the biggest category is stock service pistol, usually. But before I even get to that, let's just go through who the major manufacturers were. Out of those 315 people, let's zoom in here. Look at that. I hope you can see that okay. Glock, 108 people. Glock 17, 19 users. Glock 19, 4. Glock 21, 10. That's a CDP or SSP gun. Glock 34, 71 users. Glock 35, 3. 36, 1. So people like those long slide Glocks for a reason. They're fantastic. I shoot one myself now in SSP, and for the moment I ain't changing from it because it's the bomb. 108 people shot Glocks. That's a lot. It's about 30% or so of the shooters. The other big manufacturer, should not be a surprise to you, is Smith & Wesson. Now Smith & Wesson has they have 102 shooters. Now what's interesting about this is they've come up in their numbers since the last time I've done this kind of review. Smith & Wesson has a larger selection of handguns that are represented here because they make a lot of revolvers. Smith & Wesson revolvers certainly rule the roost in IDPA. But if you look at their most popular guns, it would be the M&P line here. Oops. If you look at the M&P 9, 20 people shot those. The M&P Pro, 33. So you're getting close. Like the M&P Pro is a long slide M&P 9 basically. So you're getting 33 for the M&P Pro compared to 71 for the Glock 34. This number is catching up. I bet you if Smith & Wesson actually made enough of these guns where people could go out and buy them and get a mass approved, this number would increase even more. They're fine guns. The Smith & Wesson M&P Pro line and the Glock line, in my opinion, and I think based on what I see being shot, are the most highly represented handguns. It's what you like. Some people love the M&P Pro. They don't like the Glock. Some people love the Glock. They don't like the M&P. Some people like them both, like myself. I tend to lean towards the Glock a little bit more. In my state, in Massachusetts, if you're going to find a Glock to shoot, it's going to cost you some money, big time, because you're going to have to buy one that's already in the state, like I did, and you wind up paying close to 1911 prices for a freaking Glock. But that's for if you're a guy like me. That's kind of, when it comes to guns, sometimes all logic goes out the window, and it comes down to I'm getting that gun, and I don't give a shit what I toss. But anyway, that's a story for a different video. Smith & Wesson, this M&P line, all these guns have been safety checked. We do it again because it's a good habit. The M&P line is just you gotta love it. It's just a great line, super reliable. These guns work. You can get the long slide version. I don't have a long slide version. I'm thinking about getting the long slide version. It's just like the Glock 17 and 34. The long slide version, same frame, you just get the long slide, longer barrel. I'm actually thinking about doing that. Getting the slide and barrel for this gun, so I have another long slide gun. It would be a backup gun. If I go to a competition and my other gun poops the bed, I have a gun ready to go. I don't have to go home at the moment, because I hate when matches end. It gets me kind of bummed out. I can't, the night after a match, if I shoot good or after I shoot bad, I have a hard time sleeping because I think about it. I have a shooting problem. I'm addicted to it. I truly am. It's a good problem, though. It's a good problem. The Glock 34 it seems to be the king of the polymer pistols. These guys, again, safety check. These guys kick ass. This happens to be a Gen 4. I had to trade a kidney for it because I live in Massachusetts. But anyway, these guns could be, of course any of them can be, but these tend to be used heavily in stock service pistol. This is a stock service pistol gun right here. The only thing you can really change is the sights. Everything else has to be pretty much from the factory. You can do some internal trigger work on it. But you can trick them out. You put a mag well, do some other stuff to them. You can make them an ESP gun, enhanced service pistol gun. Other guns, of course, the Smith & Wesson line that everybody loves is really the revolver. They're hard to beat, a Smith & Wesson revolver. The only other revolvers that come close, but they're just not represented in the numbers, are the Smith & Wesson pistols, the 686, the 586, same gun, just blued, or the 625 45 ACP. There's some other Smith & Wesson's revolvers out there. These are just great guns, what can I say? And of course, one of my favorites, the 1911. I shoot CDP. I really like CDP. I feel it's interesting. I really love CDP. How much do I love CDP? Well, in the colder months like we're at right now, I carry a 1911. All right, this gun is loaded. It's holstered. This is my EDC gun for the day, and an inside the waistband holster. If you watch my videos, you'll recognize this gun. This is an IDPA gun. Okay, I know this gun's reliable, and I know how to use this gun. Therefore, I carry it, and I carry it in condition 1. It's cocked and locked. It's an inside the waistband holster, and I have in it Winchester silver tips are in there. They feed great, and they will knock shit down. All right. The 1911, getting back to it real quick, I love the platform. It's fantastic. I don't think it's as fast as the Glock 34. Why am I saying that? Why are you saying that, John? Oh my God, you're stupid. It's just not in my hands. Some guys can smoke me with the 1911s. They can beat me. Guys beat me with the revolvers, for Christ's sakes. But remember, the 1911, even My 9mm 1911, it's 10 plus 1 capacity, so the capacity is the same as the Glock 34. There's just, they shoot beautifully. They're super accurate. I believe I'm intrinsically more accurate with a 1911 than a Glock or an M&P, but there's extra stuff going on. When you load and make ready, you're in condition 1, holstered. Okay, this gun is also safety checked. This is the crappy Colt magazine that comes with it. I keep it in there because, I don't know, I kind of, it's pretty lubed up, so I keep it in there. It's kind of like a rust inhibitor kind of thing. This is my 70 series Colt. I don't know, well, you can see it. It's a beauty. It's got marks on it and stuff because I use every one of my guns. Not a single gun I own is a safe queen. If I can't take it out and shoot the crap out of it, I'm not interested in owning it. Draw from the holster. Yeah, I got get a good grip on it. Engage that grip safety. Disengage the thumb safety, and fire. That can sometimes be a problem, believe it or not. You can flub that, and it'll cost you time. So, you know, honestly, I love the 1911. Personally, I am faster with the Glock 34. That's the only explanation I have for you right there, is I'm just faster with it. That's what I got to tell you today. In terms of what you should be shooting, that's up to you. Highly personal decision, as I said. But there are some things to consider. One good place to start when you're thinking about this or addressing this question is, what are other people shooting and why they might be shooting it. People that shoot in these kind of competitions are picking guns that are reliable. Nobody here in their right mind is picking a gun that has questionable reliability. Nobody. So all these guns are tried and true and good guns. So you can't go wrong. Again, find one that you like and use it. Practice, practice, practice.